I'm nervously and excitedly here with the brand new PT-19. This is Hangar 9's Fun Scale BALSA planes. You don't see a lot of BALSA things on our channel, and let's face it, unless you are seriously into the hobby and just have that massive next level respect, and or maybe you've just been in the hobby forever, you don't do a lot of BALSA. We see a lot of foam. So it's very nice and exciting for me to be able to get something that is BALSA on the channel, something that I finished assembling and got ready to fly. So there's not much assembly required here, but definitely a little bit more than your traditional bind and fly, e-flight, foamy type things. Still, definitely less than an hour for most people, probably less than or around a half hour for a majority of people. As is with the included beautiful wooden prop, this flies on a 4S battery. However, it's 6S capable with an upgraded, smaller, more aggressive pitched prop. So in another video, maybe if this goes well, we'll try to fly it on 6S, but for today's maiden, we're gonna stick to 4S 5000 milliamp battery. This thing is absolutely beautiful. I love the way it looks, and I'm so excited that it's a part of our fleet. With the receiver and all of the other electronics that are already installed and included with this, other than the receiver itself, we have telemetry, safe, AS3X, all the works, and I did set that up. One reason that I'm a little extra nervous to fly something like this in today's maiden flight is because I set up manually by hand the AS3X, the safe, the telemetry, all of that. It's not a bind and fly setup, and usually if it's not bind and fly, I tend to go not in that direction, but this thing is so pretty, I just wanted to do it justice and try to set everything up properly. So this one is double fingers crossed. Please give me a like. I did that, yeah. It was like Star Trek, I think, one of those things. Give me a like on this video just for making that effort. But ultimately, I'm very excited, so let's put this in the air and see how it does. I gotta tell you, I'm really nervous. You know, you get a new airplane, and if it's bind and fly, you can pretty well assume it's going to fly right in safe, and then maybe you got a little bit of trimming to do out of safe. Today, I'm really nervous for my takeoff and everything because I'm going to do it in safe, but I set it up, and so if I didn't do it right, then controls could be reversed or something. I don't know. So I don't know. I'm just talking through my nerves, talking out loud. We all have these kind of thoughts and nerves, but here we go. Let's give it a shot. Oh, it's a good feeling just to see the plane climb.
So is safe on right now?
Safe is on, okay. And I'm proud of myself because I set that up. Yeah. Now I might need to make adjustments, like it could be flying a little bit nose up too high right now because I tried to tell it what I thought level was, but you know, maybe that's off a little. And you can make those adjustments after the fact, but it is in the air and it's doing what safe is supposed to do. It's just got a little climb into it. So that's why I'm really high, putzing right along, and if I just let it go, it climbs. So the next step obviously is to turn safe off, and since I'm up here,
you're up there all right.
Let's do it. Safe is off. Let's make sure it's fully off. Yeah, there is a roll, so it's feeling okay. Let's bring it back down and do it some justice here. I think I still have to trim some climb out of that, and that's fine. I did as much visually on the ground as I could. There we go, that's feeling pretty good. We've got telemetry and everything set up in this as a plug and play model, and I've never taken that much time to set all of that up, so this is a first for me. It's flying really well though. This is probably the best flying so far from what I can feel just doing some tame stuff. Hangar 9 Fun Scale that I have flown. It's holding pretty true. Safe does work. You guys can see that. It's looking pretty good. Let's go for a roll with a little more speed. This is a really cool scale PT-19. I don't think we're going to set any speed records or maneuver records, but if you are looking at this thinking, man, I just love that classic BALSA, beautiful size and look to it, then this is going to be a plane that's for you, and that's where this falls in. It's just kind of like a refresh throwback, and I really like that they're doing that. It's a basic setup. It's 4 channels. You don't even have flaps on this. Let's see how it climbs on 4S. There's full throttle.
Does it snap?
Well, we'll do that next. Do a rudder over. Here's our speed, and if we want to snap, we got to get speed going. I think on a 6S we definitely could. Let's go for it right here. It does, but not super crazy. So we're just going to commit to mostly scale flying, especially on this maiden. I'm just a little nervous on this one. It's just a big, pretty airplane that I'd like to bring home today. Boy, that wooden prop sounds good, and it just looks good too, you guys. Listen to this. Balsa planes with wooden props just look and feel and fly different than foam. It's not super noticeable, but once you've flown enough planes, there is a difference, and I'm really liking this thing just for purely what it is. Just a nice scale balsa PT-19. Let's bring it in for the nice clean loop. And we're going to come off of this loop right into a Cuban 8. Should be able to pull that off just fine. Could have probably done this a little lower and closer, but we're still working out the nerves on this thing. Very cool, Abby. I'm having fun now. Yeah, I know you guys could tell with my longer intro than normal.
I had to cut him off, just so you know.
Just stalling, just stalling. She's giving me the, come on, Nate, let's just fly this thing, you know.
I don't let you talk for 2 hours.
Yeah, thank you. No, I couldn't, there's not enough stuff for me to say in the world to keep you here that long, guys. I could fly my entire fleet and it wouldn't take 2 hours.
I don't know about that, but
we got a lot of plans. Let's roll it again. It's just a nice scale flyer. Really is the best way to describe it. We're not going to get anything crazy or surprising out of this. It's predictable and it looks great and it's fun. We're flying on this late evening just because I've been working on this, assembling it, and you know, kind of working through the programming and stuff over the last few days or so, off and on, in between a couple other projects I have going on. And I think Abby's working on Christmas decorations and stuff. And I did say Abby, not camera crew, by the way. Abby, I am very grateful of you. And anyway, we've been very busy. It's been hard to get this thing done and out. And but now we're here, and we just wanted to take advantage of this nice evening. So, all right, we got to do a nice slower, lower pass, right?
Right.
Let's go. And here we go, right over the runway. Let's slow it down. That's going to give me a feel for what we have to do when it comes to a landing. It actually feels kind of like heavier with a lot of momentum working through the air. So I think landing this is going to be a little challenging without flaps. We could set something like flaperons up on this if we wanted to. I'm also, you know what? I'm flying without Expo. And when it comes time to land, that's when you realize, man, Expo would be nice. I could quickly look down and program it into my radio maybe while I was flying, but I don't know if anyone's ever done that before.
That doesn't seem like a good idea.
Expo while you're flying? Anybody?
You'll have to try that one day.
Oh my goodness.
I would say probably not. Don't you have to like restart it after?
Not Expo.
No?
You should be able to, just like while it's on the ground.
Oh my gosh.
I can do it when the throttle's at 0. We're going to do a full throttle pass, by the way, this way, and then again down the runway the other way.
Nice.
A little bit of wind hit me there, and that's, you know, I should have some AS3X, but I could turn that up some, so it would be more effective. But right now it's really good. It's not overly twitchy or anything. Here we go. Nice full throttle pass, and maybe we'll bring it in for a show pass too. I'd like to see how it flies inverted. Haven't done that yet. How much elevator do we need? A little bit. It's not the best upside down flyer, but also it cruises just fine. Can we do an outside loop? Pull out of that upside down? Yes, we can.
Spiral.
Oh man. Okay. Spiral. Let's see. Hopefully my battery straps hold. Okay, there.
There was only 2. You chickened out. There's that show pass.
Yeah, nice below the hill line too.
Yeah.
All right, so the breeze is to our back. You know, I think we have telemetry because it was beeping at me when I was working on it with a low battery on the workbench. But I'm not 1000% sure the telemetry is working. So just for that sake, I'm going to land it, or at least try to land it. And then we'll see where our battery level's at with that flight time, which was over 5 minutes. A little tiny bounce, but I will take that. That was not bad at all for no flaps or flap runs set up, and a cross breeze, probably about 7 or 8 miles an hour by the looks of the windsock, maybe closer to 10. It's been kind of gusty this evening. This is a really well-made PT-19. I'm happy with this, and if you are wanting to pick something that's easy to assemble and balsa, just to kind of change things up, these Fun Scale planes by Hangar 9 are really good, but I will say of the ones that I've had my hands on so far, which is now just a small handful, this is definitely my favorite one by far. By the way, it flies, not the way it looks. There. As soon as Abby turned the camera off, it started to go off. As it rests back up, we're at 3.86 volts per cell, and that is the perfect place to land your battery because that's really close to the storage level for your battery. What was that flight time? Do you remember?
I had you at 8.5 minutes since I turned the camera on, but it might have taken you a couple minutes of stalling before you got in the air. So you were at least 6 minutes, but I'd say closer to 7.
That's not bad. Well, in my opinion, that's not a bad maiden of a very beautiful PT-19, something that was just slightly out of my comfort zone and what I'm just traditionally used to putting together to fly. I'm really happy with myself to put safe and AS3X in this, and it worked out well. I haven't done that very much, guys. I know I fly a lot of things, and actually most of the time what I do is put in a dumb receiver to something like this without all of that assistance and just fly it you know, purely, I think is the best way to say that, without all the assistance. So, and I considered going that route, but I was just very motivated to do it properly with this plane and get telemetry and everything set up, which again, that's a first for me, so woo. As always, this plane and basically anything on our channel will be linked in the description box below. It's there for a couple reasons. One, the convenience for you. Maybe you would love to know where I got this plane, and most people do, but occasionally people come across the channel and they say, where do I buy that? What's in the pinned comment and in the description box below. But also it's a convenience for you because we put the recommended batteries down there, the recommended transmitter, charger, and maybe a trainer, because this probably shouldn't be someone's first airplane ever. The other benefit of having that link there is that by using that link, when you click that link to pull up the website, whether you buy this plane or you search for an axial crawler, we will make a small credit on that, and it goes to help supporting our channel and our growing family.
By growing, he means I can't see my feet anymore.
Oh man. She's been normally able to see her feet, but the last couple months have been kind of rough on you.
There they are.
We are very grateful, guys, but we're also extremely nervous. More nervous than maidening something like this, let me tell you. That's gonna really almost outnumber us. So if you count Popeye, we will be outnumbered. Your support is greatly appreciated. Just sharing this hobby, this amazing flight, all of this with you guys and having these opportunities to share these experiences, we say a massive thanks to God. He gets all the credit. And a massive thanks to our Patreon supporters for keeping us motivated and encouraged to fight through the frustrations of doing new things like programming to bring content like this to you. It really is because of you guys that helps keep us as motivated as we are. So we thank you guys from the bottom of our hearts. If you'd like to see another Fun Scale airplane that we featured not too awfully long ago, it's not as good as this, but it's still fun. We'll have that video. I actually struggled a lot on that flight, so you might get a kick out of seeing me struggle a lot. That video will be popping up right about now. Thanks for watching. We'll see you there.
Bye.